welcome to my twin flame journey. This is the daily drama weekend forecast. I am Shine, and this is going to be actually from Thursday to Sunday because I didn't do the daily for Thursday. So I'm including it in with the weekend forecast. What we have here is what the masculine is thinking, how the universe recommends he think, how he's feeling, how he should feel, what advice the universe has for him. Same as for the feminine. And in here we have advice from the universe for the union and what could be the possible outcome if they both apply themselves, what the masculine would like the feminine to know, and what the feminine would like the masculine to know. So let's see what's going on here. His thinking is greed, strength, frustration. So he's stressing out and he's trying to find the strength. Maybe he's got some money problems, something. He's trying to figure out some money issues. Let's try and clarify. Greed. Greed. Oh, la conversación. This is maybe to have some talks about his behavior. Maybe he was operating from a self-serving, greedy place. Maybe the reason for this separation was because he was operating more from the ego than love. See, greed. 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 El medio, strong bond, union, marriage. So there's going to be a talk in regards to a union or a marriage revolving around greed. Greed. Oops. Greed. Malta, low morale, depression, la suburbia, again, ego, ego-based behaviors, arrogance. Il pensiero, this is a thinking man, someone who's trying to figure out a way how to write something, how to express something. Maybe in regards to him feeling sad and depressed about his behavior. Again, operating from a place of ego, greed. In regards to love, or he's wanting to express his love, or he's having a discussion about a relationship. Maybe he was in a relationship that was based more on having material needs met, living situations, financial help, and one that wasn't based in love. So maybe this is a conversation that he's trying to figure out a way how to express what transpired here, what his current situation is, that it's based in that, and he's feeling frustrated and he's trying to have the strength to have this talk that is basically revealing something that he's needing to reveal and how he should think. Well, scandal. The universe says, yep, well, you need to address this here. Reveal your truths. Because then we have the lovers. This is, of course, lovers, relationship, twin flames who could be having to make a decision, head or heart decision about a relationship and about the journey. So they want him to address this scandal and to think about union and the journey. Like they want him to do just what he's trying to muster up the strength to do, to have this conversation, to reveal these truths. So that, the scandal could be revealed, talked about, moved past. You can be reunited with your twin flame and you can embark on your journey together. Now what he's feeling engagement. And your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. This is what he wants now. Because he's realized it's all about lessons and forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. Like he's done some reflecting on stuff. See, he's grown. The universe has been saying that he's been going through this process, you know. And he wants to have heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. This is what he's trying to muster up the strength to do, trying to, you know, but he's frustrated because it's, again, having to reveal something that maybe he's been trying to keep hidden, a truth that he's been trying to keep hidden. And then you also have children here. Your love life is being affected by children. Now, this could be actual children. You know, you guys could have children together, or you could have been watching my videos and realized that there's some childhood issues that might have to be healed, because that's, you know, that's what these cards mean for me. And especially it seems that I've been the chosen one to help twin flames recognize this issue, because it helps them heal and it helps them to reunite. Like, again, I think that this is my chosen area of expertise, as I should say, both from experience and what I know from psychology. But again, it could be actual children. There could be children involved. This is why you want to reunite. Well, it shouldn't be the reason why you want to reunite, but the only reason, I should say. But again, you know, he could be realizing about this, because I asked why children, and you got let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. So again, if this is based in childhood wounding, childhood issues, putting up those walls, putting up those defense mechanisms, trying to control things so that I hurt you before you hurt me, you know, whatever, how they've maneuvered in their life, if they've realized this, if they're realizing it's about lessons, it's a spiritual relationship, it's about childhood wounds needing to be healed, and he's trying to embrace that and let go of the control issues that he's usually portrayed or lived by as a means of navigating through the world. And how the universe recommends that he feels, well, let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. This could be, you know, him needing to get support to make this happen. He might need to ask for some advice, or he might need help. You know, maybe people got to move, like I mentioned before. Or he realizes that, you know, maybe some therapy sessions are going to be needed. Maybe you guys need to go to a therapist, counseling, to deal with these childhood issues, you know. But the universe is recommending that whatever assistance that you may need, to seek that. Because you deserve love. You are lovable. Of course you are. Of course you are. And then they also make mention of this, unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Well, this came up before, too, because nobody was expressing themselves. And then when I asked why unrequited love, because when I got a negative card, I want to know why. Or one like children where I didn't understand it. You got to make the effort. So that's what that's about. They want you to make the effort. Let her know that you love her. Let her know all these things that you've been keeping inside of yourself, what you've learned, how you've grown, you know, because she's only going to love you more for that. Because when she sees that you're loving yourself, that you're wanting, again, to put the effort and work into yourself, and that you're recognizing all this, she's going to see your growth. She's going to see how much you're willing to put that effort in, again, into yourself and into this union. And that makes things, that eases people's minds from having to repeat karmic cycles, fear of repeating karmic cycles, because they can actually see and hear from you your growth, your wanting to make efforts, and you loving yourself. Now, what might be blocking you? Health. My prayers for healing miracles have been heard and answered. So if this is a block, maybe the masculine's not really taking care of himself. Maybe he's depressed and stressed because he's frustrated here. He's trying to figure out the strength. So maybe he's under a lot of anxiety, which is preventing him. Like I said, we'll sit in the shoulda, woulda, couldas. We'll sit in our thoughts for long after we should. We need to rip that Band-Aid off, and you realize that your anxiety about it was a lot worse than the outcome of it. Because you build up in your mind all these fears and all these, well, what if this and what if that, and then it turns out to be okay, and you were stressing for nothing. So this is a block. Like, ease those energies of any pessimism, worry, depression, sadness, guilt, because again, it's all learning experiences. It's all learning experience. And this is another block. Jesus. I pray for Jesus' help and guidance with this situation. Now, a lot of masculines, or feminines too, have lost really touch with their spirituality. Or they're kind of still looking at things from a 3D perspective. They're kind of getting it, the spiritual connection, twin flames, the fact that they could be an elemental or an angel or something, that they have a higher purpose, but there's still some disconnect here. They're not fully embracing God and prayer. They need to work a little bit more on their spiritual connection, because this is what a twin flame is. You're here for a spiritual reason. Well, everybody's here for spiritual reason, but you're here to do spiritual work, so you kind of really have to tap into that, hippie vibe, I should say. You know what I mean? Like, really get more into your spiritual side. And that way, maybe you'll turn less to trying to drown your sorrows, because you have sobriety. My mind is clear and easily able to focus and concentrate. When we're sad and depressed or stressed or whatever, we might turn to things that are not good for us. So anybody doing spiritual work, even for me, like tarot readers and stuff like that, they really emphasize, or even for ascension work, or just getting yourself healthy, organic foods, stay away from like things that can be toxic. Don't go for like, cigarettes and drink. I mean, having a drink once in a while is okay, but everything in moderation. You kind of have to really kind of clear out your system. And the more clean your system is, the more connected you can be to the higher realms, where you can get messages from your higher self or your spirit guides, because your mind isn't clouded by chemicals. So this can be a block for him. You got health, sobriety, and Jesus. So they're wanting you to turn a little bit more to faith and spirituality to ease your stresses than, as I said, things that aren't really good for you. Because then that helps you to channel those messages better. And how you can remove these blocks is truth. I am lovingly honest with myself and others. Speaking your truth, that'll relieve a lot of stress and anxiety. Standing in your truth, this helps you to feel empowered. So, learn from your mistakes and have the strength to persevere. Live your truth, giving and receiving. I balance being generous and receptive, because both are equally important. Give and take, 50-50. That's what relationships are about, maintaining balance. As I said before, this relationship was probably unbalanced. One can't be giving, and the other one throwing a few crumbs. It has to be both of them, giving and receiving from a genuine place, a healthy mind and emotional place. So this is them encouraging him to express himself. And also just, meditate, be quiet. I go into peaceful silence and I listen. That's where this sobriety comes in. As I mentioned, when your body is clear from stuff, it's more easy for you to sit in meditation and get guidance that you might be seeking. And forgiveness. I am willing to release old resentments so that I may enjoy my life. This includes forgiving yourself, because we all make mistakes, and any twin flame knows what this relationship is based in. There has to be forgiveness, because you're both on your own journeys, you're both learning lessons, and as long as efforts are being made and growth is being had, then this should come a little bit more easily, because there's an understanding. That doesn't mean that, it's a get out of jail free card, but have compassion, have forgiveness for yourself and for your twin and for the journey. And family. I pray for my family and give this situation over to God for answers, support, and healing. This is again about connecting to your spiritual self, prayer. Pray to Jesus, pray to God, pray to whoever, is who you consider a higher being of wisdom, and also to reconnect your family, come into union with your twin, and also probably heal family issues, heal that childhood stuff, and have hope. I trust that God has a wonderful solution and brilliant plans in store for me. Have hope in this situation, positive energy, and take action. Today I take action related to the priorities that I have previously put off. No more stagnation. Put in the effort. No more unrequited love. Make the effort. You have here again action. And love. Love is the answer to all of my questions. Express your love. Be open to receiving love and giving love. Let love guide you. And if you're wondering why he had so many cards, I originally was going to take 3, but I had 1, and then all those other ones fell out. And I was going to put them back, but then when I looked at them, I says, nope, I guess they want him to have all of those messages. So that's why you had so many there as far as how you can remove these blocks of yours. And it's basically having hope, taking action, forgiving yourself, give and receive love, be open to that, and speak your truth, stand in your truth. Don't drown your sorrows. Don't be stressed out and depressed. Have faith in prayer. Do some prayer. Reconnect with your spiritual self. And you have this little kitty here for advice. And this is freedom. Meet Lucy. She is awake even in her dreams. One of her favorite things to do is fly in a lucid dream. It is the most natural, free, and expansive feeling. You can go to outer space, imaginary lands, deep undersea, to the top of Mount Everest, even through the earth itself, propelled simply by the power of your mind and your will. This little kitty is calling you to embrace that unbound freedom of flight and dreams. What is your wildest dream? Your craziest, most heart-expanding, joy-filled plan A? If you were completely free, what would you do? So this is about letting go. Letting go of everything that's been holding you back, and taking a leap of faith and embracing a new adventure. Follow your dreams, and anything is possible. And then you also have this little kitty, and this is purification. Meet Calico, the maven of purification. She shows up in our life when it is time to let go of everything that no longer serves us. Long ago, she used to be a sad little kitty and believed that was just who she was. When she realized that sadness was not her at all, but a heavy cloak she had been wearing for much too long. She let the cloak drop off her shoulders and felt as light as air. Now she is simply pure being. What old beliefs, stagnant energy, or unhealthy habits can you toss to the wind in order to set yourself free? So again, you had freedom and purification. Whoops, sorry, I'm getting used to where this camera is. So they're telling you, that weather the storm and change is good and spiritual abundance awaits once you free yourself from all those things that have been holding you back. And he's realizing that. He's realizing that something's got to change, that he's not happy with the way his life has been or the way his relationships have been. And he realizes that he loves her and he wants to be with her and he's made mistakes, but go easy on yourself. Go easy on yourself, because if the feminine is aware, then, as I've said in many videos so far, the likelihood of you being well received is good. So don't worry, honey. I say it's not going to be like, memories can't fully be erased. I said it's going to take time, but it's still positive. It's still positive because she still wants to work it out with you. And for her thoughts are the lady. This is like intuition, using one's intuition. And then you have gain, which is making progress and moving forward. Oof, hidden enemy. Someday, hopefully, we won't see these cards anymore. I think so, because of the masculine is changing his ways. So maybe this hidden enemy is going to disappear. And stop, look, and listen. This is like to pay attention to the red flags. So she's trying to use her intuition. And so maybe she's been watching these videos. And she knows that, there's a gain here in regards to the hidden enemy. To pay attention to that. The gain being that he is learning. He is wanting to make an effort. So she's trying to temper her energy a bit. And kind of, don't take too long, Master, but she's waiting. She's waiting. She's using her intuition as far as what to do when you do come approaching with your hand, with your heart in your hand. And how she should think. Solitude. This is like the hermit. This is the reflection and self-reflection and good news. So she's going within. She's using her intuition, about the good news. The dark-haired woman. This, like I mentioned before, could be more shadowy aspects of ourself. It could be like the female foe. It could be another person who's like, I'll say your enemy, but somebody who's not having your best interests at heart. But this is also, again, our own being in this kind of state of being. So she's reflecting on that. They want her to reflect on, what she knows. Good news is coming. No more sadness and worry and stress. No more embodying this kind of energy, and to not have doubts, and to be open, vulnerable. So when he comes around, be open. Don't be doubtful. Don't be fearful, because he's grown too, just like you have. And how she feels, religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. She knows what this is. She knows what this is. And then you have release your ex. The time has come to clear energy. Because she knows what this is, she's wanting to release, the past. That's what I said. When you come with your apologies and you're coming from an honest place and you're showing how you've grown and you're expressing your love, she's wanting to release the past, the things of the past. Same way that this has been coming up quite often here. And she's also feeling love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. This goes for herself, and this goes for him. You being honest, you being open, you being genuine, you expressing how you feel, you being humble enough to admit your mistakes, to hold yourself accountable. She's seeing that you're also loving yourself, and which means that you're loving her. So she's realizing this, that this is growth for both of you. And she's feeling that there is chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. And how she should be thinking, all these cards came out. So it's just that I can't. And then unless there was negative ones, I kept asking, well, why that? Why that? Because I wanted to be sure, because we can't handle any more bad news, right? Especially, see, I had this card. This is how she should be feeling. I was like, uh-oh. Deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. Now, to be sure this wasn't a bad card, I asked for why deception, and then I got codependency. I was like, well, hold on, this isn't good either. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. So it's like, is this a warning? Is he coming back the same way that he was? And then you got finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. It says, oh, here comes Mr. Moochie. Is this all bad? Please don't tell me that. And then you got flirt. So then I said, oh. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. So basically, the deception, the codependency, and the finances of career. This is the universe telling her exactly what he's talking about with this greed here, that relationship that he left you for, that he is in, was based on greed, monetary gain, could be materialistic, anything that was not love-based. They want you to know, relax. It wasn't love. He loves you. It was based on this stuff. Him needing maybe some help, financial help, and the deception is he's been hiding how he's been feeling about you. Or deception in regards to that relationship. Like, don't believe that it was based on love. It was based on codependency and finances. And maybe he didn't have any money. Maybe when you guys split up, he didn't have anywhere else to go. So he kind of ended up hooking up with somebody for, like I said, reasons other than love. But they're telling you to flirt and to free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Free yourself from any stress and worry that you may have in regards to any of this. Because reconciliation is coming. Someone new, someone from your past is returning to your life. So he's coming. Don't worry. But like I said, thank God that those cards weren't warnings like, don't believe what he says. It's all about, he's just trying to use you. Because I was about to say, oh, please. I can't deal with any more depressing stuff. And what might be blocking the feminine is mother. I open my heart to my mother's humanness and her divinity. Now, I don't know if the block might be an actual mother, like maybe, if the feminine is talking about this with her mother and saying, hey, I'm thinking about, going back or whatever. And the mother's like, girl, you crazy. Don't go back to that book. So this might be a block. You might have outside people, family people that have other opinions, but not many will understand about this relationship. I mean, hell, we can't even understand it our damn selves. So how can we expect anybody else to? But also, when you think of mother, you think of compassion, you think of caring, you think of someone who's forgiving, of a child's mishaps. Not that, the masculine is a child, but to kind of embody that, having compassion and forgiveness, being willing to forgive, embodying that which is motherly in a sense. But don't be a mother. Nobody wants some, guys don't want, I'm sure the masculine doesn't want a mother. Block again is tenderness. I am both gentle and powerful. So maybe, again, embodying more this mother quality, being caring and forgiving and compassionate and, show tenderness, because currently that's a block. And having optimism is a block. I expect good things to happen, and they do. So you're not being optimistic, you're not being tender and or compassionate and motherly. This could be because you're harboring still resentment, pain, whatever from what happened. Because you're still kind of on. Obviously, anyone that's been hurt is going to be the more wary one, because nobody wants to be hurt again. And you're trying to have faith in what cards are telling you, but it's like, but I got to deal with this person in the 3D. How do I know what they're going to do? Because again, it's all free will. The cards will warn you, though. Hope they're about to act up. I said, thank God. I'm so glad. See, my twin, he's not crazy about me having the tarot, because I know the real deal when it comes to his stuff. Can't keep the masks on for me. Signs I watch for, notice, and trust the signs that heaven continuously sends. This is how you can remove those blocks. Pay attention to the signs. Listen to your intuition. Have faith. I have faith in God to heal this situation. Have faith. When speaking of God, I step out of the way and surrender any need for control in order to make room for God's healing love to flow through me in this situation. You've got a lot of faith, signs, God, spiritual messages here. Like they keep trying to remind you to connect with your spiritual side, that you need to really look at this again, not from a 3D perspective, but from a spiritual perspective. And listen to the guidance that you're given here from the universe. Realize who you are. Remember who you are, why you're here, what your mission is, what you're supposed to be doing. And see this all again from a spiritual perspective, and have more faith. Have more faith and connect more with praying, God, meditation, all that stuff, because it's necessary. It's necessary for everybody, just to even deal with being in the 3D. But that's keeps being reiterated here. They want you to find your way not only back to each other, but back to source. Back to your spirituality. And their advice is keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type in expectations. And they also want you to give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. And retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. They want you to get together and spend some time together. Because this is your true love. This is a romance of a lifetime. And get to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. In past life relationship, you have known each other before. But of course, we've known each other since the beginning of time. Oh, this is more advice. Integrity. I trust my ability to know what is true for me. This is, again, standing in your truth. Having integrity, by living a life of truth. Being an honest person, a good person. Be joyful. By enjoying this moment, I am giving thanks to God for my life. Again, be grateful for the knowledge that you found your twin flame, that you've realized stuff that needs to be healed so that you can ascend. Like, it's all good. Being in the present moment, I am fully present in the here and now. And self-respect. I honor and love myself through my healthful actions. You got health down here. Take care of yourself. Mentally, emotionally, physically. Love yourself. Have integrity. Have self-respect. Self-love. Like, this is the big lessons for twin flames, because it helps you on your own growth, on your own journey, and it helps you to be a better partner for your divine other half, and also a better friend, a better family member. And their advice here is the road less traveled. Meet Silvio Silverma. You won't find him on the well-worn paths of habit and normalcy. However, if you brush away the spider webs and circle around the giant trees, you will find Silvio wandering down a path with no paw prints. This road, less traveled, is often obscured by errant wildflowers and ferns, but if you look for it with an open mind, you will see its peculiar winding way. Turn off the main road and try something new, a new hobby, a new belief, a new way of doing something, a new perspective on a familiar situation. If you usually go right, experiment with going left. This is about seeing things from the spiritual perspective, and being willing to take a leap of faith and to get on a path that you have no idea where it's going, but you have the faith, because you're listening to the signs, you're connecting with your higher self. And then you have this little card, which is the Seeker. Meet Spiral. He is always searching, reaching, seeking, questioning. He even looks a bit like a question mark. He is an endlessly curious kitty, peering into the mystery and seeing what stars he can bring home to his family. Follow this kitty as you spiral inward and seek to understand yourself more fully. Peer deep into what you feel, what you believe, and what you know. Ask, what is hiding beneath this feeling? Where did this belief originate? And where is it taking me? What are the treasures of meaning and understanding that I can distill from each experience? Spiral is calling you to begin your quest today. This is about self-reflection, looking within, doing the shadow work, trying to figure out, did all my stuff stem from childhood? Is this why I behave this way? It's really doing the work. And once you do that, you'll be able to free yourself, from all the stuff that's held you back your whole life. And you'll be able to have joy and happiness and love. And what could be the outcome if they both put in the work? Well, they'll be able to express their love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. And you'll call in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. And there'll be new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings because you're seeing each other now in a different way. And it's a new love. It's like starting over. Pay attention to them red flags, okay? The signs are cautioning you. This is both positive and negative. Pay attention again to the signs you've been given from the universe, but also pay attention to any signs that may show of any things, old habits creeping in, old karmic cycles creeping in. And because you've learned the lesson, nip those things in the bud. And you should be on your way to a better relationship. Now, what the masculine would like the feminine to know, we got mermaid with the black sea serpent. So let's read this. 42. Cling to me with the desperation of a motherless child. I will give you all you need. Tell me your fears, and I will swallow them whole. Drink their essence, consume them with greed. Rely on me, and I will stay by your side, forever your pet, the only one. Lean on me, I will be your support, forever your crutch, your autonomy undone. A desperate young mermaid clings to her dark pet, uncertain of herself. She is afraid to let go, afraid to stand on her own 2 feet. Her reliance is unhealthy and draining, but addictive. Divination meaning, cultivate your self-love. You have spent too much time seeking out approval and love from others. You cling to relationships long after they have lost their vitality and value to you. Start to cultivate your self-love and rebuild your self-worth before you proceed any further in your relationships, your profession, and your real life. Your inability to let go and stand on your own is detrimental to your personal growth. Take inventory of your strengths and weaknesses. Learn to love and make use of your competencies and ameliorate your shortcomings. Speak to yourself as you would speak to a beloved child, not with deriding, hypocritical voice we reserve only for ourselves. Embrace yourself and let go of anyone and anything that prevents you from standing on your own 2 feet. Now, again, this is about not falling into old habits. Codependency, clingy, doormatty, whatever. He's trying to, again, this self-respect is here. He wants her to have that too, because as I mentioned before, when she holds herself in her divine feminine power, when she raises the bar, forcing him to also raise the bar within himself, she's showing her self-love and respect. She's making him show her love and respect, and it's also forcing him to have that for himself. So you feminine have a job kind of to keep the masculine, I'm going to say in check, but you both have to kind of help each other to keep each other in check. And make sure that you don't fall into, the karma that you had yourself individually, these childhood wounds or whatever it is that made you behave a certain way that can trigger these karmic cycles to repeat. So he wants you to stand in your power pretty much and continue to do that. And what she wants him to know, Seashell Princess, number 39. For whimsy's sake, I long to live down along the sea, 1,000,000 miles of sand to walk alone, just you and me. The smell of sea salt in the air, a spring, I'm having trouble talking today, a sea-sprung breeze of weather fair, each other's thoughts our only care, a life of living free. Perhaps a sunny, sacred strand where skies are always blue, 1,000,000 pearls strung in my hair to show your love is true. The summer sun's forever hot, I found the one I've always sought. Everything else now matters not, as long as I'm with you. A doe-eyed princess adorned with the bounty of the sea, daydreams to her heart's content. She is a romantic, a dreamer, who listens intently to her own desires and has the passion to pursue them. Divination message, go after your heart's desire. There is a dream stirring in your heart that needs attention. You have felt drawn to follow and nurture it, but you are having trouble letting go of practical considerations and diving into the unknown. Know, however, that while many people reach for the stars, only the passionate actually climb up and grab them. Look inside yourself and rediscover the dream that has been buried under the trappings of day-to-day considerations and obligations. Reimagine the ideal life you longed for in the years past, and write down the details. Put it down on paper and make a commitment to your younger self to strive and dream once again. She's trying to show him support. She's encouraging him in his growth. She wants him to be the best him he can be, to follow his dreams, to follow their mission work together, or his divine path. She's really encouraging him to keep up the good work. And he's doing the same with her, telling her, make sure you keep that self-respect going. Stand in your truth. I'm struggling, people, with the words today. So maybe that's because he's struggling. Maybe I'm picking up on the fact because I keep stumbling with my words and I keep staggering. It's because both people have so much to say to each other. So they're like trying to get the words out. So maybe I'm picking up on that. But again, they're both encouraging each other. Their higher selves are encouraging each other, encouraging their lower selves to see the potential that each one has within themselves, to believe in themselves, to have self-respect, to follow their dreams, to not be scared. There's love there, obviously. But this is, I think, pretty good. A lot better than that reading I did a few days ago. I tell you, that really that wiped me out. I don't know what the hell. But I'm glad that things seem to be better. There's people are diving deep, and the universe is applauding that. Your higher selves are applauding that. Your 3D selves are encouraging each other, you know, to say the things that you need to say, heal the things that need to be healed, so that you guys can retreat and express your love. And it's all good. It's all good. I feel a bit lighter in my energy than I have the past couple days. This was nice. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this comes to pass for people. I know it's probably long overdue. And if you'd like a personal reading, all the information is down below. And I'll be starting to do the monthlies pretty soon for the different signs. So you can start to look for those probably by next week. Can you believe that September is almost over already? Jeez. But again, I thank you for joining me. And until next time, take care and be well. Bye-bye. Feminine, I forgot your kitty cards, and I seen them sitting over here when I went to reach for these, and I was thinking to myself, why are those out? But I had forgotten that they were here. So let me read your kitty cards. This one. And this is unique. Sorry. Meet Helix. He was always a little different from the other kitties. At first, he felt lonely and alienated. He even considered trying to blend in to be accepted by the other cats. But this could never give him the joy that being embraced as his true self would. So he took a risk and met people's gazes as himself. He saw that his uniqueness was his beauty, his spark. He alone could twinkle the way only he can. Miraculously, many kitties around him threw off their normal disguises and began to sparkle in their own way too. Their world became dazzlingly diverse, so embrace the freak within. And remember, outsiders are in. So this kind of falls in line with this. You know, the universe too is wanting her to stand in her power, because when she does that, it makes him see her differently, and it raises the bar for both of them to be authentic. It makes him take off his mask. You know, be real, come correct, stand in your truth, stand in your integrity, your self-respect, your self-love. Keep that bar high. Keep reaching higher for yourself. And it helps him to do the same. And that way you can both do it for each other. But don't compromise. Don't be the doormat. Don't fall back into old patterns, trying to appease people, trying to keep the peace. No codependent kind of stuff. That's probably why they mention it here too. They could also be kind of reiterating, don't let that happen again between the two of you. And then you also have this, mischief. Oops. Meet Jasper. He is playful. He is a playful little trickster, known to pounce on toes while you're sleeping and possibly tiptoe across your computer while you are trying to work. There is a twinkle of mischief in his eyes that you can't help but love. He reminds us not to take things too seriously. Sometimes the biggest disasters can seem funny when you look at them through Jasper's eyes. He is lighthearted. He is laughter, giggles, and sighs. And yes, he really did need to steal a little sip out of your drink when you were looking the other way. So this is, again, I think you had something similar in the daily. It could have been the weekend, about keeping it light. You had playfulness there. You know, look at it all, forgiving and learning, learn the experience. You know, keep your energies in check. Try to be light and happy, and look at it all as things are going to be turning around for the better. So keep that optimism. Keep that speaking of optimism, there it is. Optimism, faith, you know, all of that. Keep it light, because he's coming around. Hurry up, masculine. She's been waiting a long time. And I think you both have been waiting a long time to have something good between you. So we shall sign off again. I've read everything. I didn't miss anything else. Until next time, take care. Bye.